Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. It's Wednesday, October 31st. I can't believe it. It's almost the end of the year. We're getting into the holiday season, which can be stressful for, I know, some of you when you're dealing with the holidays. And also where the election's coming up. So I think a lot of people are stressed about that. So I just want you to really just breathe and be grounded in Mother Earth Gaia, which will help you get through these times. So today's topic is really about manifesting through the power of the journey as opposed to the destination. Manifesting through the power of the journey as opposed to focusing on the destination. Hi, B. Hi, how are you? So that is the topic that I'm going to discuss today, because I think, and this is one of the most powerful tools. The reason why is because so many of us are always focused on the goal, the outcome, the results, which is, of course, there's nothing wrong with thinking about that and wanting those results to come out to be positive, but you don't get the results when you make it about the results. You get those results when you make it about the journey. So this is what I want to really talk to you today about. It's a really powerful manifesting tool that I want to share with you, to get the results that you want. And oftentimes we focus on things backwards as opposed to doing A, B, C, D. We're doing C, B, A, F, like that. So that's today's topic. Hi, Star Goddess. Blessings to you too as well. Thank you so much. So let's clear the energy of the room and then let's get started with this topic. And I really want to share with you these tools and tips so that you could use it as a manifesting tool. Dear God, angel, spirit guide, and masters, divine creator, thank you so much for allowing us to share this and create this sacred space. Thank you so much for allowing us to discuss this topic of manifesting through the journey and not through the destination. Thank you so much for allowing us to share these wisdoms to these beautiful souls who are here to make those inner changes in self-development so that they may truly manifest their future of what they desire. Thank you so much for keeping this room safe, keeping this room peaceful, keeping this room pure, and removing any low frequency energies that do not belong in this room. We're deeply grateful for you blessing this room and allowing this session to go off without a hitch with peace, flow, serenity. Thank you. And so it is. Namaste. Okay. So if you have questions about this topic, then of course, let me know. And I just have to make a quick plug for Yu Ping Fang San Plus, the 69 Moon Chinese Herbal Medicine line, Yu Ping Fang San Plus to support a healthy immune system. And I think this will be very good for the winter months to come, and Xiaoyao Sun Plus to help focus and calm your mind. These are based on traditional Chinese medicine formulas. We added additional herbs to the formulas for better efficacy. So you could get those at shop.yinandyangliving.com. I'm a huge, huge fan of traditional Chinese medicine. I'm actually created a company that's developing AI technology focused on Chinese medicine because I'm such a huge fan of it. So very, very, when that happens, I will be announcing. Thank you so much for being here again. And so today's topic is really about the power of manifesting through the journey, not the destination. And so let's go through what that really means in a practical way. So most of us, when we have our future vision, future desires, whatever that may be, it may be, I want to have this pile of money. I want to have this relationship. I want to have this job. I want to have this career, right? There are things that you would like to have for the future. And so, whatever that is, whatever that is. And so, whatever that is. So, what it is, what happens is that we might put out that intention and we have this vision of what we want. But what it is as we're moving through the everyday, day-to-day life, the practical day-to-day life, and things are may not happening exactly the way we think it's going to happen, exactly the path that we're supposed to be on. we start getting really frustrated. We start getting really resentful. We start getting really just maybe starting to get burned out by the journey of why isn't it here? Why isn't it here? And so as we keep focusing on that, the result, we compromise the journey to get there. And so when you compromise the journey to get to that, whatever that goal that you have, you're actually compromising your goal. You're compromising the results. And I think a lot of people don't really understand that in a powerful way, because when you do that, when you're so focused on the result and not on the journey, the steps of getting there, what happens is you create a lot of blocks, a lot of resistant energy, a lot of walls energetically that prevents you from meeting the right people, meeting the right opportunities, being in the right place at the right time, being in the right situation, because you've created this energetic block that doesn't allow you to take the right step now to move towards that future, or to take the steps that you need to take now to move towards the future. And so what happens is you end up delaying the future. You end up like just delaying the future, the results of the future. And the thing is this, is that one of the things that we keep on missing is that even though we have visions of the future and we have goals, right? We have goals, we have missions, we want a certain result from those goals. What we're really missing is that when we don't truly live by the true nature of who we are, which is an eternal being, we don't live by those rules as an eternal being, because an eternal being is not so much concerned about the future. The eternal being that you are, your soul, is really only in the present, right? There's no future as an eternal being. There's only the now, and that now is eternal. It's perpetual. It never ends. It continues, continues, continues. So in that internal beingness, there's no real future. There's only the present moment, right? So when we forget that we are that eternal being and we have these desires, we're not making it about the journey, the process of how process of step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. And when we lose that process, we lose our ability to manifest that future, that the result that we want, the goal and mission that we want to meet. That's what really ends up happening. And so it's not so much about that result. It's about the now. It's about really the journey of this moment, the journey of what I'm going to do now. And then after you do that in the now, what is the step 2? That journey. It's the process. It's the journey that matters. It's not the destination, because you are really an eternal being. So once that, let's say you achieve that goal or success, you're not going to stop. There's no stopping there. There's still continue journey, continue journey, continue journey. So there's only ever the journey. There's never the destination. And that's what it is that where we really start to miss out on life and miss out on the experience of life is that we're so focused on the destination and we're not focused on the journey. And so, okay, so if there's, like, again, reminder, if there's any question about this topic, please let me know. Let me see. B, do you have something for fibroids? Okay, these formulas are, first of all, I'm not allowed to give medical advice because I'm not a licensed practitioner. These formulas that I have is not really for fibroids. So I would, if you want to take Chinese medicine herbs, the responsible way to do it is by consulting with a traditional Chinese medicine practitioner who prescribes herbs, who does herbs. That's the right way to do that, okay? And they could help you with that if you want to go to the Chinese medicine route. But these formulas are not really specifically for that. But again, I'm not because I'm not a licensed practitioner, or we're not allowed to give medical advice. So consult with a traditional Chinese medicine practitioner who uh, prescribes herbs to their patients. That's the answer that I could give. That's responsible. Okay. Okay. Hi, Najira. Thank you for joining. Okay. So what does that mean? What does it mean to make it about the journey and not the destination? What does it mean in a practical way? So how are you going to apply this into your life? Because the only way that it's going to be helpful to you is to really apply it in your life. How am I going to apply this in my life to make it practical so that I can really start seeing maybe those results, maybe start seeing the small results first and then the bigger results later? And so let's say you have a vision, you want to write down your vision. I would say write down all of the vision of what you have. You say, by year 3, I'm going to make this amount of money. I want to have this type of job. I want this, whatever. Write it down. Like maybe make the first 3 years a vision and then 5 and 10-year vision. Write down that vision of what you have, what you would like to ideally see. And does that mean that vision doesn't change and shift? Of course it can. Everything is about change. The only constant is change. So just because you write it down doesn't mean that it's locked in stone. You can, that vision could change. It's mutable. And so you write the vision down and then you set that intention out. And so the powerful thing is to write it down and set that intention that you are going to meet that vision. Now, this is the part that really gets powerful. And this is the part that's really meaningful, is that you set that vision and you let it go. You set that vision, you let it go. You say to the universe, universe, I know that you know exactly what my vision is. I've written it down. You know exactly what it is. I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know when I don't know, I don't know when exactly how it's going to happen, whatever, but I'm going to let it go. And when we say let it go, it doesn't mean that you're letting it go in the way that it's no longer, you're letting go so that you're not allowing it into your experience. That's not what this means. It means that you're letting it go and you're not dependent on that result. That's what that means. Meaning like you're going to be okay whether that result happens exactly that way, you're going to be okay. Meaning whatever the result happens and however it happens and in whatever result that it happens, you're going to be okay. That's what it means to let it go. You're not mentally, emotionally dependent on that vision. You're not mentally, emotionally, or if it dependent on that vision. Okay. Because if you're dependent on that vision, you're creating a lot of blocked energy. You're creating a lot of frustration. You're creating a lot of walls energetically and a lot of blocks energetically. So that's why you let it go. You let it go. You say, you know what? And then you say to God, you said, I'm ready to go through the process of this journey, whatever that journey takes me. It might take me road A, it might take me road B, it might take me road C. I'm willing to go on that journey. And now I'm going to make it about the journey of that vision. And I'm not going to make it about the vision anymore. Don't obsess about the vision. You let that go. The universe knows very clearly what that vision is. And you set that intention. But after that, you let it go. You're saying, I trust that this vision is going to come to pass. I don't know exactly how, but I'm not dependent on it. Maybe something better will happen. I'm not dependent on it. I know that whatever the journey that I'm taking is moving towards that vision, but how it actually pans out, I'm gonna be okay with the way it pans out. So that's the letting go part. That is really the most powerful part of manifesting and making it about the journey. Because yes, you have a vision, but you're not completely dependent on that vision, because that vision could be something even much greater than what you even expected, right? And so then you say, you know what? Now I'm going to make it about the journey. I'm going to make it about the process by which I'm going to go towards that vision. And everything that I do is going to move me closer to that vision. But I'm going to really, really make it about the steps, about the process of what I do today. And after I do what I do today, then what I do tomorrow. And after what I do tomorrow, then the day after that. And so this process, this journey to that destination can go in so many different ways, and you're going to pivot and change. And that journey, you take one step, and after you take one step, you take step two, and that step two might be a step that you didn't expect to take, or you take one step and you take two step, and then step three might be something in a direction that you never even expected to go. So that's where you have to have that freedom, the freedom that this journey could take me in any direction, and I'm going on for that ride. I'm going on that roller coaster ride. That roller coaster is going to take me here, there, this way, right? And I'm going to really enjoy that ride. That's a powerful manifesting. You say, and I'm not going to try to control and manipulate and say I have to stick to road A. If I'm on road A, I must stick to that road A. I can't now go on road B. So making it about the journey means being really flexible in that journey, being really flexible to be able to go on road A and then go on road B when you need to, then go to road C, then go to road A again. See, being really flexible in that journey. That's the point. That's the part that's really critical, is to be flexible, but flexible not in a flippant way, but flexible in mindfulness, in calculation, meaning that when you're on road A and you decide to go to road B now, you're not going on the road B for the sake of change. You're going on road B because it makes sense to go on road B. And then maybe you'll go back to road A. But all of that makes sense. All of it feels right to go in this direction or that change. That's the journey. The journey is all about having these experiences, and those experiences can change. It's not always being on the one path. It could be on this path, this path, this path, this path. So what it is that when you make it about that journey and not about that destination, you free and you really stay present with that journey. Like, so I'm going to now do step one. Like, okay, let's say I want to build a business of, let's say I want to have I always love to use I want to have a restaurant, business, because I am so passionate about food, and I'm passionate about Korean food, and I want to open up a Korean restaurant because I love Korean food. And so I want to work, so my vision is to see this Korean restaurant filled with lots of customers. That's a vision that I have, right? You set that intention, you let it, and then you let it go. You say, you know what? Now I'm ready for the journey. I don't know exactly what that journey is going to look like for that vision, but I'm ready to go on that journey. So what happens? What happens? Okay, I want to open up a Korean restaurant. But the first thing is that maybe I don't have the resources to open up a Korean restaurant. Maybe I don't have, maybe I don't have the right financial resources, the right manpower to open up. So what is the first step that I'm going to do? The first step is, you know what? Maybe I need to get into the restaurant business and gain some experience, get to know it, understand, meet the people that run successful restaurants. Maybe I need to work in a restaurant first before I can actually open up my own restaurant. And maybe I need to work in a Korean restaurant. Maybe I work in a Korean restaurant as a host or inside the kitchen, right? So, or maybe the assistant to the president or the owner, or helping the owner in, becoming assistant to the owner. So that might be step number one, right? So that's step number one. And as you're doing that, you go about, okay, I'm going to now, visit some Korean restaurants and see if they are looking for a certain people to hire. So that step, and I'm going to take this step seriously and I'm going to work in that restaurant and I'm going to learn everything that I can while I'm at the restaurant. And I'm going to meet great people. I'm going to have great experiences and I'm going to learn a lot of things. And so you take that step one, and let's say that step one, you go in and you're actually, let's say, hosting, in the restaurant. You're seating people, you're making sure that the customers are happy, you're seeing how Korean restaurants are run, you're seeing the recipes, you're seeing the development recipes, right? You're seeing all that beautiful things happening. And so that whole process is the journey, the journey. And really being into that process is so critical. Why? Why is that so critical? You're like, I love going to work every day because I am learning, I am expanding, and I'm learning about the industry of my vision and the kind of restaurant that I want for my vision. And I'm enjoying myself. Yeah. Is every single day going to be fabulous? No, there might be days, might be hard, but that's part of the journey, right? Part of the journey is that not every single day is joyous. There are days when there might be challenges, and that's part of the journey. So what it is you do that. And so what happens is you're enjoying that process of being the host, learning and meeting great people. What happens is you're like freeing up this energy, and one day you might be, seating a wonderful customer to a table, and the customer's like, strikes up a conversation with you and happens to be a investor of restaurants. He's a huge fan of Korean food. And now you've got your potential investor or business partner. See, so that's what happens is because, and then you're like, oh my God, here's an opportunity. So now the universe is opening step two, naturally, organically, in a way that's flawless because you're in the groove of that journey. That's what it is. When you're in a groove of a journey, those opportunities open up effortlessly, flawlessly, and they come to you as opposed to you're trying to take a bazillion action and trying to go out there. They come to you. The energy comes to you. And you're like, oh, let me explore this opportunity with this possible investor, possible business partner about opening up a restaurant. Or maybe it's not now, maybe it's future, maybe it's 2 years from now, maybe it's 3 years from now. So whatever that result happens with that, let's say potential person, the investor, whatever, let's say if they don't invest now, that's okay too. You're like, I'm okay because that means the universe is telling me it's not the right timing for me to make that move to get that restaurant. Maybe the universe is saying, I need more experience, right? Or maybe the universe is saying they want you to work in another restaurant or a bigger restaurant because now you're ready for a different level. You need more experience. And so I'm going to go on that journey. So whatever the result is, even the result of the now from whatever you think, make it okay. It's all okay. It's okay to make it about that didn't work out. That investor didn't work out because it's maybe not the right timing and maybe you're not ready for it. And so you're like, okay, that's totally fine. It's not going to happen now. Maybe, I'll be in touch with this person and 3 years from now, that's when we're going to get together. Or maybe we'll never get together and work together, right? That's okay too. So you see how you're like just freeing up that energy. You're not creating stress. You're not creating anxiety. You're not creating expectations. Creating expectations, and that when they don't get met, that's creating stress. That's creating frustration. Perhaps anger would be a much extreme emotion. But you're not creating that. You keep freeing up that energy. You keep flowing with that energy. Okay, so let's just take a pause a minute here and see if there's any questions. Hi, Bun B. How are you? Hi, Moon. Just want to say that although I dearly miss the Oracle rooms, I'm so thankful for these special topics that you bring to us now. So much priceless wisdom here. Thank you for all that you do. Oh, you're welcome. Okay, so if anybody has a question, let me know. Star Guys 8 is blessings to you. Always happy to hear and see you share your wealth of knowledge. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. That is very, it's an honor. And Bumpy, in terms of the oracles, the reason why I stopped doing it was because there were there was just a very I would say negative energy, low frequency energy around other people trying to take advantage, pretending to be me, creating fake accounts, pretending to me, and then going after my followers to scam them, offering them readings for money. And so it was continuing, it wasn't stopping. So I said, okay, I think there's a clear message here that this is not the way the universe wants me to go, that they want me to stop, purify that energy, release that negative energy from the sacred space of what I do, because everything that I do, I want to keep it sacred. I want to keep it pure. And the relationship with you, the viewers, is really important to me. You know, I want to create an honest, transparent relationship, not one where, it feels toxic, it feels negative, it feels that's not what I want. And I don't think you wanted. I want to really honor you and serve you at the highest level. And if people are pretending to be me and chasing after you, I feel like our relationship is being compromised. It's not pure. It's not honest. And that's why I did that, to get rid of that low frequency energy. Okay. So going back to this topic of making really about the journey and why that journey is a powerful way to manifest. So I gave you an example of, you know, a practical example of that restaurant, wanting to become a restaurant owner of a Korean restaurant. That's the vision. That's the dream. And so what happens is when you start to really make it about this journey, not focused, obsessed about that goal. And I think this is where we all have fallen to some trap, is that goal, that goal, that goal, the goal, the result, the result. When we don't focus on that and we make it about this journey and we start to just go and change and go for the ride, go for that roller coaster ride in the way that it's going to take us, and being okay with the unknown of the future, of not knowing exactly where that roller coaster is going to take us. Is it going to take us this way? Is it going to take us this way? Is it going to take us this way? Saying, how can I train my mental emotional space to be okay with this journey in the way that it's going to go? And I think that's the biggest challenge that each one of us has, is the challenge of not knowing is the future, exactly what the future is going to bring, and what path I'm going to be taking at what time, and when am I going to, I might go this way, I might be in path A, and all of a sudden now I have to go to path B. So how can I start to be comfortable with that? How can I start to be comfortable with the process, with the journey of not knowing the future, A, and B, of knowing that it might go this way, it might go this way, I might return back to A, right? How can I become really comfortable with that journey? Because the more comfortable you are with the journey, the more you free up energy. And the more you free up energy, the more things come to you, the right people, the right situations, the right opportunities. That's what this is about. It's about being able to attract those cooperative opportunities for that vision. And so the more you can let go of how it's supposed to go, like it's supposed to, I'm on road A and I've got to stick to road A. I can't switch to road B. That's where the challenge becomes. The challenge becomes about the change. Because we all want, one of the ways that we believe that we are secure, we believe that we are safe, is doing the things that we know. So when we are on road A and we know road A, we don't want to switch to road B because it's uncomfortable. We're switching to something that we're not familiar with. We're switching to things that we've never done before. We're switching to things that doesn't feel comfortable to us because we don't know it. And that unknown is a fear. So so here it's really about being comfortable with the uncomfortable. That's what the journey is really about. The journey is really about becoming comfortable with the uncomfortable. How can I become more comfortable with the uncomfortable? That's the question that you want to ask yourself. Because the journey is not going to be the way you think it is. It's going to have pivots. It's going to have unexpected things that come. And sometimes the unexpected things may be good, and sometimes it may not be so good. It may not be things, it may feel challenging. It may feel, sometimes it's challenging, sometimes it's not. So it's really feeling comfortable with that journey of change and that road going in the way that it should. So how can you become more comfortable with that? Hi, Perry. How can you really become more comfortable with this journey of change? That's the big question here during the process of expanding and growing and being on that journey, because there's going to be a lot of change, a lot of pivots, a lot of decisions that you're going to make, and there's things that are going to come up that's going to challenge your comfortable space, your safe zone, and things that you feel comfortable with. And so before I, go into that, let's see if there's any questions, because it says, hi, Perry, how are you? Najira says, the more I listen to you, the wiser I become. How can I stop setting expectations and becoming less anxious of the outcome? Because sometimes I may picture it as the best outcome and a great opportunity. Yes, yes. Okay, Najira. So, and then, hi, Perry. Let's see what Perry always has wisdom words. Allow the different blessings that exist to enter into our lives with love and gratitude for the many opportunities in this mystery moment by moment with wonderful wonderment and creativity. How beautiful is that? How beautiful is that? That is the most beautiful thing. So thank you for sharing that. Yes, you have basically captured exactly what I was saying about moment to moment and blessings, love, gratitude for this moment. And so let's go back to Najiri. Najiri's question is exactly the tools and the ways to deal with this. How do I let go of that, of those expectations, and not becoming so anxious about the future, and not being so rigid that it must be this outcome, otherwise it's not a good outcome, or you feel disappointed, or you feel like you failed, right? So it's about managing those expectations. It's about managing those expectations. And so what it is that you've got to be training. How do I train to let go of those expectations and detach myself from that outcome, but know that whatever road I go on, it's for my highest and best good, and the result will be the result, and it's exactly what my soul needs to learn. And so when you set that intention, the first thing is when you set that vision and goal of that outcome, right? So for example, oh, I'm going to have a Korean restaurant by year 3 or year 5. And you wrote that vision, and you did a vision board of what that restaurant's going to look like, and how many customers are going to be in there, and what type of menu, and you create this vision board, right? That's when you really, really want to practice. Can I let it go? Practice letting that go, letting that vision go, and letting the universe do its magic at that point. That's the point where you said, okay, universe, I did this beautiful vision board of this vision for my future. Now I'm going to practice letting it go. So there are things that you could say. There's a lot of things I say, one of the things I say, and I repeat over and over again, I say, I have this beautiful vision. You know what it is. I don't know exactly what the outcome is going to be, but I know that I can let it go. Whatever the result is, I know is going to be for my highest and best good. And I trust in the process. I trust in step 1, step 2, step 3. I trust. And maybe that Korean restaurant won't ever happen, but that's okay too, because something better could easily happen. Maybe it's going to be, that I'm going to, change careers, and that's okay too. I have this vision, but I don't know exactly what the big picture of what my life is and my soul's journey. So I'm going to let it go to you. And now I'm going to enjoy, and I'm going to, I'm going to focus on the journey. And so every time you hear yourself focusing on that outcome, you say that to yourself. You say, you know what? I surrender and release the outcome of my vision. And I know, universe, you're going to give me the highest and best good of that result is. I don't know exactly when it's going to happen. I don't know how it's going to happen. I'm not worrying about that. I'm going to make it about the process. I'm not worrying about that. I'm going to make it about the process. Step 1, step 2, step 3. And whichever way that road takes me, I'm here for the journey. I'm here for the roller coaster ride. So that's step 1, is to really, when you set that intention and that vision, you repeat that. And when you catch yourself, again, looking at that outcome and being so obsessed about that outcome, you keep reminding yourself that you could let it go, that you trust in the bigger vision, and that everything is going to work out for your highest and best good. So you let it go. And you keep reminding yourself. And the more you keep reminding of yourself, the more you're freeing up that energy, and the more you're really training your subconscious mind. That's what it is. You've got to train that subconscious mind to not be so attached to that outcome. Train that subconscious mind. I know that whatever results are going to happen in the future, they're going to be great. But I don't know exactly what those results are going to look like, but I know they're going to be great. And I'm here for the journey. That's what I'm here for. And I know, universe, I trust you that you have my back and that you're always looking out for me for my highest and best good. So keep training yourself to say that to yourself when you catch yourself focused and obsessed about the outcome. Okay. Okay. So now you've done that and you keep reminding yourself when you keep focused on the outcome, then now we're in the journey, right? The journey process. And you might get into another stuck mode during the journey, right? There might be, let's say you're going on this journey and it feels pretty good. And all of a sudden, somebody throws a wrench in the engine. Something happens that you didn't expect. And now it feels challenging. You're just like, oh my God, I cannot believe this. I'm on this journey. Things seem to be working out for me. And now I'm presented with this situation that I didn't expect. And it's making my journey, now it's hindering my vision. It's hindering that vision that I had, that vision board that I could, it feels like it's impeding it. It's in preventing it, but it's really not. That wrench in the engine is not really impeding it. It's part of the process and journey. It may be something that it's trying to show you or direct you in a different direction to start looking things out of the box or looking things in a different angle, in a different way. Because that's what challenges are presented to you for, is to help us to see things in a different angle, be more creative. That's why we're given challenges, because if we weren't given challenges, we would never have to look at things in a different angle or in a different way or be more creative or be more resourceful, right? Those are the things that make us feel expansion and growth, is when we are more creative, when we are more resourceful, when we can look at things in a different way, with a different lens, in a different angle. That's when we become very expansive and feel that growth and expansion. And that's what our soul just wants. It just wants to grow and expand. That's it. That's the bottom line. And so if we're not presented with those challenges, we're not going to expand. We're not going to look at things in a different way. We're not going to be creative. We're not going to be resourceful. And we're not using those muscles for expansion and growth. And so when challenges come up, you say, okay, I didn't expect this, but it's okay. The universe is trying to teach me something. And that's when you want to go a little deep. You want to be reflective and you want to be contemplative. What are the things that it's trying to teach me? What do I need to learn from this lesson? What is it that I need to learn? And what is it trying to show me? Is it trying to show me a different direction that I should go now? Should I go to road B and not stay on road A? Or should I stay on road A and make some changes within road A? Or am I supposed to go to the road B and make that pivot and shift? So it's forcing you to, in a good way, this is a good force. It's what I would say nudging. Nudging is a better word, not forcing, but nudging you to look at from a different lens, different angle, be more creative, be more resourceful. And when you do that, wow, you're exercising muscles that you don't feel comfortable with. It's what it's saying to you is start becoming comfortable with the uncomfortable. That's what it's saying. Start to be comfortable with the uncomfortable. That's where you exercise becoming comfortable with the uncomfortable. So the more situations you have like that, and the more you're able to work through it and expand and grow, the more you start to becoming comfortable with the uncomfortable. So that's an opportunity to, rather than get so angry and so frustrated, say, wow, this is an opportunity for me to start becoming comfortable with the uncomfortable. This is an opportunity. And how can I embrace this uncomfortability? How can I embrace it and let it work for me, as opposed to become angry and anxious? And how can I embrace it to let it work for me? Work for me. So that's when you start to really become comfortable with the uncomfortable. And that's the journey. The journey is becoming comfortable with the uncomfortable. And as you become comfortable, as you go work through those challenges, think about how much more comfortable you become with the uncomfortable. You were at this level, now you're here because you went through this challenge, and now you're here. Now you're going through this challenge. Now you're here. You're going through this challenge. Now you're here. Think about where you were. Your comfortable level was here, and now your comfortable level is here. So it's about pausing at that moment when things feel uncomfortable, and pausing and say, what are the lessons that I need to learn? And how can I embrace this to make this feel comfortable? By saying, what are the lessons that you're trying to teach me? What are the resources, my internal resources that I need to bear? Maybe I need to look at things with more open eyes, more open heart. Maybe I need to look at this in a different angle. Maybe I need to look at it through a different lens. Maybe I need to put myself in that person's shoes. Not to say that you're necessarily going to be condoning bad behavior. You never want to condone bad behavior. But if you understand the situation from a broader sense, then you can respond to that situation with more mindfulness, more meaning, more constructive way to get through that. And that whole process that you just went through, right? That's becoming comfortable with the uncomfortable. And that's really giving you that inner strength, that inner development to grow and expand. That's the joy and beauty of the journey. Okay. Hello, Arpita. How are you? You're welcome, Najira. Hello, Arpita. Okay, Arpita says, sorry to distract you from current topic, but do you know in India we're celebrating Deepawali Festival of Lights in Abundance today? Wonderful! Wow, I have not heard of that beautiful festival, but it sounds beautiful, and I want to send you everyone in India, and India is a beautiful country with a beautiful wisdom tradition, spiritual wisdom traditions. And I want to send all of you so much joy, happiness, and blessings in celebration of this wonderful festival of light and abundance. Wow, that's beautiful. Today is actually Thanksgiving. I mean, not Thanksgiving, Halloween here. Today is the 31st. It's a Halloween day. So people are going to be celebrating with different costumes. But I'm so happy to know that in India, today is about light and abundance. So I send you so much blessings to you, your family, everyone in India, and everyone around the world to tap into this beautiful festival energy of light and abundance. So thank you for sharing. I feel very honored. Thank you so much. Deeply honored that you're sharing it. Okay, so does anybody have any other questions about this topic? about making it about the journey and not the destination. Because when you really make it about the journey of becoming more comfortable with the uncomfortable, you free up energy and you're actually connecting with the right people, the right opportunities that will get you to those results, that vision that you have. So just in terms of summing up, set a vision for yourself of what that result, that goal that you want to achieve. And then set that powerful intention that this is my vision. And then let it go to the universe. Say to the universe, I'm going to let this go. I don't know exactly how this result, I'm going to let it go, and knowing that you have the highest and best interest for me. And whatever the result is, I'm going to be happy with, I'm going to be okay with. Set that intention, let it go. Then you say, I'm going to now make it about the journey. I'm going to make it about becoming comfortable with the uncomfortable. When challenges come in my way during this journey, I'm going to pause and I'm going to reflect. I'm going to say, what is the universe teaching me? What inner resources can I bring to bear that will allow me to get through these challenges for my expansion and growth? And so, and I'm going to embrace the uncomfortable. I'm going to make the uncomfortable more comfortable. And that's the journey. And as you keep practicing those few basic things of making about that journey, you will see how you're expanding and growing and things are coming to you. You're becoming this beautiful magnet of relationships, opportunities, situations that align with your highest potential and the highest expression of you. And that's what every one of us wants, right? We want to express and manifest the highest expression of ourselves, whether it's, creating and having that Korean restaurant, whether it's becoming, a journalist, maybe your vision is to become a journalist, whatever that expression is for you, that's what you want. You want that highest expression of yourself. And to get to that highest expression of yourself, it's about becoming comfortable with the uncomfortable and making about that journey and not the destination. Don't worry about the destination. The destination will take care of itself. So really focus on the journey. Okay. So that's really the few steps, but these are big steps, but they're just the big picture of making it about the journey and not the destination. Okay. Okay. Paris says the universe is a great resource for well-being and our success as human beings who are constantly changing, evolving with love and harmony in our unique ways of living with enthusiasm. Yes. Thank you so much. So beautiful. Okay, so if nobody has any questions, we can close out the room. Let's do a closing prayer. Just again, 69 moons, traditional Chinese medicine herb formulas, Yuping Fang Sun Plus to help support a healthy immune system, Xiao Yao Sun Plus to help focus and calm the mind. Now that we're reaching, getting into the winter days, the Yuping Fang San would be very helpful because it supports a healthy immune system. Okay, and it's at shop.yinandyangliving.com. Okay, so let's do a closing prayer. Dear God, angels, spirit guides, and master divine prayer, thank you so much for allowing us to create the sacred space. Thank you so much for allowing us to talk about the topic of manifesting with the journey and not the destination. What a powerful wisdom, words, and messages that we are channeling through Moon, and to deliver to these beautiful souls. We ask you to guide each and every one of these beautiful souls with their highest and best interest in mind of their vision for the future, and to allow them to enjoy that process and make it about that process of the journey. So thank you so much for your continued support, your continued wisdoms, your continued guidance, your continued wisdoms of continuing to protect us from all low frequency energies and situations. And most importantly, for your unconditional love. And so it is. Namaste. So it is. Okay. Much love and blessings to all of you. I'll see you again next week. Much love and blessings.